Ladies and gentlemen, it is Conference Championship weekend. We have the newest face around town who apparently does not sleep. It's Jaws. And,
what is going on?
Good morning, Chani. Good morning, Godzilla. Merchant. Shout out Kreger and Richie for holding it down overnight as always. Big shout out to you and to Big Dog last night for that absolute movie the two of you guys put on. Dude, come on now. I can't help but be just a tad jealous. Guy steps in for 1 week and he's ripping Transcendent.
Dude, honestly, like we were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Like Big Dog opening up Transcendent, like we literally had to take a phone call on and be like, hey, this is how you open it.
Right.
This is the way the cases and stuff.
Right. Literally, get the gloves out.
Oh, dude, like white glove. It was ridiculous. But we had a we had a great time. It was phenomenal.
You love to see it.
Oh, bro, I love it.
Trash cans were jumped into.
Twice.
I'm gonna see what I can do to get that up on the old Instagram for your viewing pleasure in case you missed it last night. I know, Rothschild. I mean, come on.
Hey, sorry, Roth.
There might be a reason that guys like you and I aren't able to, but I can't disclose that on air, Rothschild. That's all I'm gonna say. If you are just joining us for our first time, if you're hanging out from the overnight and you're wondering what's going on, that's fair. We do a little thing, Talkin Slab. We're going to preview the conference championship games this weekend. We're going to react to the Liam Coen backstabbing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers news.
Crazy.
There is a interesting card I saw on the internet I wanted to highlight sometime today. But maybe most importantly for some of you out there, slab or no slab.
Yes,
it's dare I say, a little dirt off my shoulder here. One of the best giveaways on the entire app of Fanatics Live. You will have two opportunities. At 10 a.m., we will run our first giveaway. It is a 50-card wheel. 3 cards on that wheel are PSA-graded slabs. And even the cards that are not PSA-graded, they have autographs, they're numbered, rookie cards, all that good stuff. And then we'll run another one at 10:45 a.m. Eastern time. At 11, we go back to breaking. We get some auctions on the table for $1.
Yes, sir.
But, all right, so let's go. Ledoux, what's going on? Good morning, Ledoux. So, yeah, we got Jaws over here on an hour and a half of sleep. Me, on the other hand, I'm fired up. I got my beauty rest last night, man. It's Friday. I am pumped up for this Birds game. But before we look at these football games, I got to ask you this. I've never had a nickname in my entire life. I am jealous of everyone who has these cool nicknames. What's up? Thank God it's Friday, Alan. I love it. Sir. We got Big Dog here. I know how that nickname started. I was there to witness how it started. No need to disclose. You got Matty Ice. That's a cool name.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just Josh, man. I don't like it. All right, Chani. Chani calling me Delmonico. That one didn't really stick. You got one of the coolest nicknames that I've known. Jaws. The only other Jaws I know is Ron Jaworski. Pretty obvious how he got that name.
Oh, and also Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut?
Yeah, his nickname is Jaws.
Okay, that's a good name too. How the hell do you get the nickname Jaws? I want that name. I should be like T-Bone or something like that.
So I was in a motorcycle club, man, and
what?
I was in a motorcycle club, and I got that nickname because I was always getting in trouble. And basically, I speak what everybody else is. I say what everybody else is thinking.
Okay, you're saying the quiet part out loud.
Exactly.
I love that. That's good.
If you're thinking of something, like let's say all of us are in a room, right? And then like somebody comes in and they'll say something, and everybody's like, "Well, that's stupid," but like they like murmur it. I'll be like, "Hey, that's dumb. Like that's like let's not do this." And I always ask why. Like that's one more thing. Like my girlfriend gets mad at me all the time. Because like she was like, babe, can you go get my iPad? And I'm like, for what? Why? And she was like, just go get it. And I'm like,
come on.
Yeah, it's one of those.
So it's a 50-50. All right, you're getting yourself in trouble. So basically, for real, Chani, he had to slide that into there. He's like, yeah, so the motorcycle club I'm in, always getting in trouble. I don't know. You might be getting in trouble
that was in the past, though. That was in the past. So I'm good now. But I kept the name though.
I honestly have more questions after that, but I feel like I ought to save them for off the stream in a few minutes here. I will be asking, but all right, there you go. Jaws, always getting himself in trouble. Why 2 W's? He spells it Jawws.
So I was born in Miami, raised in New York, and instead of like Jaws, it's Jaws. You gotta get that. You gotta get that Jaws.
Yeah, exactly. Jaws.
So I put 2 W's.
All right, I like this.
Yeah.
I like this. All right, so we got our first show with Jules today, and all right, let's get into it. I had to ask. I had to know.
Yeah, definitely.
Connie, get this dude off my screen. Oh boy, that's Jet fan on Jet fan crime right there.
What is up, Connie?
What do you know? What other Jets fan we're hiring?
No,
Jules.
Yeah, because we got into an argument last night about the Chiefs.
Oh,
so
boy.
Hey, Connie, I wore this just for you, bro.
Well, first of all, I love it. Big Chiefs supporter myself until they play the Birds in the Super Bowl. Let's talk to it. Chiefs, Bills, AFC Championship games. We did a full breakdown, Connie and I, yesterday morning on the Eagles and on the Washington Commanders. So before we look at this as a matchup, I wanted to look at each individual team,
Yes, sir.
starting with the Kansas City Chiefs. You're wearing the Chiefs jersey. Do you have an affinity for the Chiefs, or just like you're a jersey collector? Like,
I'm a jersey collector.
all right, because
Yeah,
I have an affinity for Chiefs. I'm a
Yeah.
Mahomes fanboy.
No, I have like maybe over 70 jerseys.
All right.
Yeah. I was in the Marine Corps as well.
Okay.
So I was in Japan and bought like 20 jerseys and brought them home with me like years
All
ago.
right, that's actually a good call. Good
Yeah,
call right
so,
there.
Yeah.
Dude, I got so many more questions now, but I'm going to try to
I'm
keep
about
it
to say,
on.
listen, I just
Keep
turned 30.
sliding these things in there.
I just turned 30, man. So like I think I'm the second oldest in the entire office.
All right, aging yourself right
which
there.
Which is insane.
Yeah, you got a bunch of us clowns running around.
Yeah, but I Marines biker gang card breaker.
This is what I'm saying,
Chani, I do it all, bro. I do it all.
Is there anything else you want to tell us before we move on?
We'll talk about it off stream.
Oh, boy. Hello. My time. Chiefs game here. You look at the Chiefs. This is not feeling like the same Chiefs team in these last few years. In your eyes, what do you think their biggest weakness is as we head through the potentially last two games of the NFL season?
So I was looking at like I was thinking about it last night or this morning when I got home.
Okay.
And I think my thing is especially going against the Texans last week.
Yeah.
Is converting third downs.
Ooh.
They were very to me like it's like they would get stopped 4th and 2, 4th and 5, and then you see Pat Mahomes do his wiggle.
I love his wiggle
off the stream. Honestly, like off the field. But the funny thing is, like everybody always talks about this.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I remember like the people ask like, why does he do that? He's like, because he's calling for the plays. And they're like, no, he just does it. Like
I think he just does it.
It's a tick.
Yeah, I think it's a tick.
No, that's because you got to realize like every time like he'll look at the sideline and then he'll do it. You know what I mean?
Very sassy. I'm here for it.
Then you're like cha-cha slides off the field. Which I can't stand it.
Really?
Oh,
Come on.
Because the thing is, like, I just don't understand. It's like, just run off the field. Or just jog normal. He does, like, a...
Do you know what I'm saying? It's like Zion. Some of these guys, they move different. They move funny.
It's weird.
I like it, man. Is it
don't know.
normal? No, but I'm here
It's not
for
normal
it.
at all.
That's a good shout right there. Going deep in at 3rd down, 4th down. See, the difference, though, is here, when push comes to shove, it's Andy Reid, it's Travis Kelce. Yes, I do agree. It hasn't been the same as years past, but it's not like I'm not going to go into this Bills game and be like, oh, Tony Romo, oh, gee, I don't know, Jim. I don't know if they could do it on 3rd and 4th down. Here we go. Like, It's Andy Reid, it's Mahomes, it's Kelce. I do have faith in them here at 3rd and 4th down, but that is an interesting point you bring up. I think the Chiefs' biggest weakness right now is their running game. I mean, luckily for them, they do have Patrick Mahomes.
It's crazy because that was the second thing.
That was the second thing you had, the running game? I feel like, and especially for you guys out there who are holding those Isaiah Pacheco cards, right? Like, I'm a huge Pacheco guy, big Rutgers fan, as I know our guy Connie knows. That's like our one thing we can hang our hat on in the NFL. And it's just been such a staple of specifically these last 2 Super Bowl runs is just the angry Pacheco. Don't get in front of this guy.
You ever see the meme? When it's like 3 broken doors, and it was like Pacheco just ran for 2 yards.
Yep,
Like,
100%.
Dude, I've never seen somebody yet like run so aggressively.
I mean, it's him and Derrick Henry.
To get 2 yards.
100%.
But the thing is, he's working for those 2 yards.
And
you know what I mean? Like,
well,
it's
and I feel
insane.
like I don't want to overblow one game, but the way he was utilized in the Texans game, it was a little bit jarring, both in how he was utilized and both in the results of that game. That was not the Isaiah Pacheco I had gotten comfortable of seeing. He was taking that first hit. He was going down on the first contact. Yeah. And then as a result, you saw Kareem Hunt get inserted in the game.
Yeah. But I think that's a great 1-2 punch, though. I hope, like, next season going forward, they keep Kareem around. Because
I think they will, yeah.
Well, like, they got rid of Edwards-Helaire.
Yeah.
So I think that they'll keep him around. But also, if Kareem Hunt didn't have that incident, You know, with the
Yeah.
you know, at the hotel or whatever. I think he would be one of the most phenomenal running backs. And honestly, like I feel like he's kind of like a forgotten, like an unsung hero, like for the Chiefs this year.
Yeah, no, it's true. My fantasy football team, he was a hero for me for a little while until he wasn't. But yeah, I still Kareem Hunt. Look, is he a fine running back? Sure, but I don't think this is like the Chiefs' run attack of the last couple of years, where you had. I feel like even Jerick McKinnon in the backfield as a receiving option.
But you know what's crazy? And this is going to be a very unpopular opinion. I think this is the most put together Chiefs team. Like, if you look at it, not defensively, offensively. Because you got to think, you have Hollywood Brown coming back, and then they literally said Xavier Worthy is in the position that he's supposed to be in now. And like you sit there, it's like, the hell is that supposed to mean? Yeah, right. You know, and now the plays that Andy Reid, dude is a genius.
It's true.
He is a genius.
Can't
you know what I mean?
Can't count that out.
So it's like for me, it's like I'm very, and I know they're gonna pull out all the stops against Buffalo. They have 100%. To.
Now,
you know what I mean?
So we could talk about all this all day, and I think there's two people who really matter, right? It's Andy Reid, which you nailed. And the second one, obviously, the guy we were talking about, Mr. Weird Ticks and a little wiggly walk, Patrick Mahomes.
Absolutely.
Here. What to make of Patrick Mahomes? Now, last week, it was last week, I compared Mahomes' stats from this season and last season, pretty much identical.
Yeah.
Different so far. Last year, once the playoffs started, he reverted back to his normal form. Like the first playoff game, blew out the Dolphins, I believe it was 26-7. Mahomes threw for nearly 300 yards. Game against the Texans, right? Say what you will. 23 days off was the exact number. Was he rusty? Was he not? Is Patrick Mahomes struggling? Like, because I've been saying no all year, and then he put up, I don't want to say a total clunker, but it was like, 170 yards? Not that great of a completion percentage. He missed some throws. Do you think Mahomes is struggling a little bit, or is this just smoke and mirrors?
I think everybody's just blowing smoke because realistically, everybody talks all this smack about the Chiefs. And mind you, I'm not like a huge Chiefs fan.
Wear a jersey.
No,
I
wore it because of you.
All right.
I wore it for you. And Connie. But the thing is, they went 15-2, dude. I get it. The one score games, but they as a collective, they know how to win games. You know what I mean? As a veteran club.
Are you almost saying it doesn't really matter? I guess is your answer. Is that it doesn't?
Because
that's freaking nuts. I don't disagree.
A win is a win.
Yes, I guess. But then, look, the Eagles last season, similar thing. I think they finished 14-3 or maybe not. But they were at one point 12-1 or something like that. A win is a win. Vikings 2 years ago. I think they went into the playoffs 13-4, 14-3 because they were saying a win is a win. They lost to the New York Giants with Daniel Jones. With saying the same thing, a win is a win. To a certain extent, I do agree a win is a win. So then let me ask you this, right? Here's the exact number. 11 of their 16 wins to this point, including the Texans game last week. 11 of their 16 wins have been decided by at least one score. Do you really just believe that a win is a win? Or do you kind of look at that and say, that can't last? Because when it happened to the Vikings, similar stat to the Vikings 2 years ago, I kept saying, they're going to get smacked. What do you know?
Honestly, I mean, just like I said before, it's a veteran group. You know what I mean? Mahomes knows how to win. Kelsey knows how to win. Andy Reid. Yeah. And listen, Andy Reid will pull out all the stops to get to a point where it's like, okay, hey, if 2 minutes left, we're up by 2 or 3. Hey, let's get these 2 first downs, and that's it. Nothing fancy.
No style points.
And literally, you have Kelsey just running right up the middle, and which is the craziest thing to me. And every game you watch, you sit there and think like, how is Kelsey getting so open?
Every playoff game you watch.
I feel like Kelsey listens to the play. He was like, "Yeah, I'm not doing that.
He's gonna find holes in the zone and sit there,
and just be like, let me get the ball."
All right. I saw this debate. By the way, I totally agree. I mean, I as an Eagles fan last year have some baggage for. It was a whole radio discussion is a win just to win, and we would go back and forth, and then they got blown up by the Buccaneers in the playoffs, and it does make me a little bit nervous, I think, because of that. But I think the point is that. This is not the Eagles from last year. This is not the Vikings from 2 years ago. This is Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. They know how to win. They don't give a damn about covering your spread. I think they were 7-10 against the spread this season, which is wild considering they went 15-2. But that's the Chiefs in a nutshell. Here's a debate I saw on Twitter this week, kind of unrelated to this game, but I just wanted to float it out there before Mahomes potentially adds another Super Bowl to his resume. If Mahomes' career ended today, is he already in the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
Yeah, right?
100%.
Isn't that crazy? He's not even 30 years old.
He's breaking whose record was it? Like first 100 starts or something like that. Was it like Dan Marino?
I have no idea.
It was.
I mean, you could name any quarterback. I would believe
he's breaking everybody's record. You know what I mean? So like realistically, like who?
Good morning, Britt Breaks. Britt Breaks picking the Bills against the Chiefs. I want to talk about the game in just 1 second. We're kind of going team by team. And Friedline's right. He was a monster on the Browns. Better than Chubb sometimes. I kind of forgot it. Fantasy football nightmare, I remember. The Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, dual backfield. It's crazy that you see what the Lions did this year with Montgomery and Gibbs, and it's like, the Browns couldn't do crap with Hunt and Chubb both in their prime. It's a good point, Friedline. I kind of slept on that with the Browns.
Real quick, I have a question with that. If both running backs were healthy for the Lions, do you think they win? Do you think they beat the Commanders?
No, I mean they were both healthy. They did both play.
Did they both play?
Yeah, they both played.
Yeah, but was he really healthy though?
Dude,
who was
Montgomery, Gibbs, whatever. They ran like crazy. They got catches like crazy. Jared Goff threw a couple bad picks, and Jayden Daniels is that guy. It's I got to side with Daniels there still.
It was funny. So there was an over/under for Jameson Williams rushing yards, half a yard. I told Jason, I was like, dude, smash that button.
You could have hit it all the way to what, 61 and a half or whatever?
61 yards on one touch for a touchdown.
All right, what do we got here? Friedline calling the Browns dumb. Tika, happy Friday. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
What's up?
And Ledoux, the defense not being healthy was a downfall. 1,000%, Ledoux. Yeah. It's the defense and Jared Goff, I think, at the end of the day. And some questionable play calls as well there from the Lions. All right, I think it's funny because other than obviously this being the fourth installment of the Mahomes, Josh Allen, this being a great matchup.
Yep.
I don't know if you have the rundown pulled up here, Jaws, but what do you feel like this past week has been the number one talking point on Twitter, on TV, everywhere I look? I hear one talking point about this game. What would you think? What do you think that is?
Can Josh Allen overcome, or even like the Bills in general? Can the Bills make it to the Super Bowl and win?
See, maybe this is like a glass half full, glass half empty kind of discussion. Because now that you mentioned that, I have heard that a lot.
Yeah.
The one narrative I've been looking at this week. Oh, the Bills already got called for roughing the passer on Mahomes. Oh, the refs. Okay. Ben, have you been saying it? Do you feel that way? No, he's abstaining. He's abstaining.
You're a Bills fan, right? Oh, yeah.
I've been seeing it all day. I saw it in the chat. I've seen it on Twitter.
Yep.
All anyone is talking about already in this game.
Ref screw. Oh, my God. Dude, so there's a statistic I saw. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning the other day. Because, Jaws doesn't sleep.
There we go.
And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. And do you know who has the most roughing the passer calls in the fourth quarter?
Who's that?
Josh Allen.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I wish I would have saved that statistic. It's Josh Allen. Josh Allen has the most calls for roughing the passer in the fourth quarter.
So that's interesting because there's some conflicting.
Connie, when I find it, I'm gonna send it to you.
I'm seeing some conflicting reports. He's just fitting a narrative. The thing about this game that I was doing some deep diving. There are narratives from both sides on this one. Ben, are you able to pull up the clip of the YouTube video I have in there? So the official for this game is going to be Clete Blakeman.
Yes. Yep.
Clete Blakeman is maybe the biggest referee, the biggest op, if you will, for Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Yep.
6-5 is Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in his career with Clete Blakeman in the crew. And Clete Blakeman has a notorious call against Chris Jones, and I can't remember. I think it was the AFC Championship game
against the Bengals
between the Patriots and Chiefs. So I'm looking at some numbers here. Blakeman, home teams won 31% of games Blakeman has called this season. The league average is 54%. This to me is who's the referee in the NBA? Scott Foster, the Game 7 specialist or something like that?
Yes.
You know who I'm talking about?
Yep.
This to me is like the equivalent. Yeah, Ben, you can just let that run. This was the call from Clete Blakeman against the Chiefs in 2018. On the call, I think it's Sims on the call. He even says,
he was nowhere near the ball.
He says, no flag on the play. And then all of a sudden, our good boy Clete starts calling it roughing the passer on Chris Jones. So, and Brett, I think you're right. I think this is Roger Goodell in the NFL trying to say, enough.
Make it interesting.
Let's go all out as much as we can. And Cleve Blakeman, listen, he's a respected official. I can't stand the guy. He's a respected official. The NFL is hearing this noise, and they are trying to purposely pick the guy that they can have the least sound about to, the most anti-Chiefs guy that they can find because of so much of this narrative. However, there's actually an argument to be made that the Chiefs do get penalized, get advantageous whistles. So I don't believe it, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm showing the facts.
Isn't it crazy that they have records against referees?
Right? I mean, in today's age, you can figure out anything.
The Chiefs are 6-5 with this referee playing. Who cares, man?
Dude, everyone cares. It's all I see on Twitter.
I'm saying, for me,
I agree.
Dude, just play the game.
Man, I agree.
Don't get me wrong. The NFL is no fun league. It's kind of unfortunate now because if you look back on
such crazy play.
My favorite player for the Jets is Wayne Corbett. That dude literally had to medically retire because of concussions. That dude was getting destroyed over the middle for 10 years. Imagine he played now and those same hits. Dude, it's like the Jets will be undefeated. If you really think about it. Because, it's just 15 yards. We'll just keep going.
And to your point, actually, Durant chimes in with the same exact.
Connie, the Jets will be marching
with the same exact pretty much thing. But I do think it's different eras. Durant with a good stat. Mahomes has 36 roughing the passers in 7 seasons. Brady had 31 in 23 seasons.
But look at the era.
I think that's what it comes down to. By the way, Durant, I might have to pull it up next week. There is a compilation someone put together on Twitter. 4 minutes of Brady getting killed with 0 flags.
Literally.
Durant, I do think it's a good stat. Ben, could you click on there's actually an argument to be made that the refs helped Kansas City. I don't believe this, right? I don't believe this. I've been spouting out statistics all week about how the refs don't help Kansas City. But I've been cherry-picking fourth quarter and overtime stats. Everyone has said after that. Everyone goes, the game's not won or lost all the time in the fourth quarter overtime. ESPN. This is from ESPN, by the way. This ain't just Jaws' sports blog. This ain't Josh and Connie's made-up stats. Penalties called against the Chiefs versus against the Chiefs since 2021 in the playoffs. Wow. Those numbers are shocking.
That's what I'm saying.
Those numbers are honestly shocking, and ridiculous. I really don't have much to say.
No.
I forget who it was. Someone on ESPN actually went back, watched the games back, and verified that this wasn't made up, and they confirmed it. I don't know what to say, man. Do you think this is something, or do you think it's getting overblown too much in the narrative? Let's go, Marine. Take it down, the Brave.
Let's go. Semper Fi, man.
Appreciate that.
Just play the game.
Thank you.
Honestly,
all right.
My thing is, it's honestly, if it has to come down to the referees making the calling penalties and stuff like that, none of these teams should be in the AFC Championship. If your team is that good, show it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Take the penalties out of it.
Take the stripes out of the call. It's like a boxing match.
That's literally all you have to do. Just score.
It's a boxing match. If you don't want it to go to the scorer's decision, you got to knock the sucker out.
And realistically, it's all about discipline.
Let's go, Marine. Taking down the A's as well. Marine. Appreciate that, Marine.
Keeping us busy, man.
Yeah. And guys, at 10 a.m., we will get a trivia question up and hopefully trigger our first giveaway. At 11 a.m., we will get right back to ripping.
Yes, sir.
And hopefully we'll have a little definitive mixer able to rip right away here on a Friday. How about that going into the weekend?
But yeah, I think it comes down to discipline. I mean, me playing football in
Freeline get a little extra OHIO in there. Greatest college coach Ryan Day says, leave no doubt. Gotta give the guys flowers, Freeline. You will hear no qualms from me.
Which also, by the way, that just reminded me, dude.
Okay, what?
Good job on bringing up those archives on Connie,
yeah.
bro. Dude,
yeah.
Good work, man. That was awesome. We were talking about it last night.
I had to keep the guy honest. I haven't seen him in a little while. Crime. So with Mahomes, right, there's all these comparisons. I mean, it's actually unreal. Every single season he started, he has made the AFC Championship. He is obviously the new best quarterback. He's going to be the only guy who was in the GOAT discussion with Tom Brady. I think we can say that already. But is Mahomes like already the new Brady in the sense that like everyone hates this guy? You know what I mean? Like, do you get the sense that he is like what's up with that? Because I hated Brady and I love Mahomes.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the minority. I feel like most everyone hates Mahomes, but Brady to me was like this smug, arrogant, Belichick and Patriots cheating. To me, I don't see that with the Chiefs, but yet I feel like everyone hates him. Do you think that's fair, and do you think that's true also?
It's true.
Yeah, okay.
And it's funny because I said it last night.
And I agree, Lo. Brady's boring. Mahomes is fun. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The thing about like me growing up as a Jets fan, we grew up to hate Brady.
Yep.
Like there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But also at the same time, yeah, exactly. Oh, Mama Jaws, what's up? Yeah, Brady is boring. But the thing is, like just like you said, Patrick Mahomes, dude. Nobody else is throwing with their other hand. Nobody else is doing the little flicks and stuff like that. Like he makes it entertaining. And also, I'm happy that the Chiefs are doing what they're doing because of Andy Reid. And honestly, and it makes me hate the Eagles even more because of what they ran that man out of town.
Okay.
Bro. Right, tell me I'm wrong.
No.
Josh.
I was at his last game. And I remember everyone had signs like, "Yes, we're firing Andy Reid." It was so exciting that we were firing Andy Reid.
And
context is king. Two things are true. Andy Reid is the best coach currently in the NFL.
Yes.
Top 3 of all time.
Yes.
The Eagles also needed to fire him. He could only become the greatest coach by getting out of Philly. I don't know what it was, but you know what? It's like an ex where you just look back and you're like, you know what? You might see her post on Instagram and be like, oh boy, you might think you messed up, but when you really are honest about it and you look back and you go, it was going to work with us too.
Okay, so you can make the same argument with Mike Tomlin with Pittsburgh.
What do you mean by that?
He's one of the greatest regular season head coaches.
Oh, I see.
He's one of the, you know what I mean?
I love that, actually.
Yeah.
You put him in a different place with a real quarterback.
Exactly.
Multiple rings potentially. I like that, dude. I like that. That's good stuff. Britt Tomlin.
Exactly.
All right, what do we got here?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a lot of chats. All right, this is Alan weighing in on the Mahomes thing. As a Broncos fan, raised to say screw Kansas City and Oakland. My dad has season tickets. San Diego was just a joke, so it didn't even matter. I can see that, Alan. All right, that makes sense. But that's different. You're in division. You know, like why would I guess an Eagles fan, he lost him the Super Bowl, but like if you're like a Steelers fan, I don't know, if you're like a New York Giants fan, like why do you hate Mahomes? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Exactly.
Britt says he's right. He just wasn't the right fit for the Philly. That's a great shout, Britt. Oh man. Come on, let's see if we'll talk about the Bills and McDermott in a second. But I mean, if you lose that game and you could say, "Hey, Mike, we got a job for you," and Tomlin, look, tip your cap to him. He's as loyal as he can get. He said already,
100%.
Don't bother trading for me. I'm staying in Pittsburgh.
Like, don't waste your time.
But
don't
Britt,
waste your energy.
I know you got our guy Ben. I know you got Matty Ice licking their chops. I think at the sound of Mike Tomlin coaching the Buffalo Bills.
That
would be
Tomlin
sweet.
Tomlin and Josh Allen. That would be scary.
Man. Lola C, Bills and Chiefs for the Super Bowl. Can that happen? Come on, Lola. Come on.
Mama Jaws, come on. Don't embarrass me. That's my mom, bro. Mama Jaws, come on. No, that cannot happen. The AFC Championship is this weekend.
I will say this though. I think for a lot of people, this game is kind of their own Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. They're both AFC. Don't do this. don't stop. Just listen. Don't type. Don't type anymore.
We will always take your typing. Appreciate you hanging out.
We're going to have a conversation after this.
I
told you, don't embarrass me in front of my friends, Mom.
John, before we get our trivia question out there, I look over at the Bills side of the ball. For the Kansas City Chiefs only, you mentioned one name that I got my eye on, Xavier Worthy. Is he your X factor for this game, or do you have someone else as your X factor? And you're not allowed to say Mahomes. It's too boring.
No, I have two.
All right, what do we got?
Pacheco and Worthy.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have three. I lied.
Come on.
No, it's either going to be Pacheco and Worthy or Pacheco and Hollywood Brown.
Okay, I like that, man. I like that. I think my X factor, I'm going to keep it simple. I am kind of cheating, but it's Andy Reid, man. It's Andy Reid. That's, I think, the biggest difference in this game is Andy Reid.
I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, no, because I think, you also got to, let's be realistic. This is another game for Andy Reid.
Okay.
When you've been to the top, like that's all you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And for him to be there multiple occasions, multiple times, and you said how many consecutive? 7, right? 7 consecutive AFC Championship.
Yep. Record is 8, I believe, by Tom Brady.
Which is unbelievable. Especially with Mahomes as a starter, he's never missed the AFC Championship.
It's ridiculous.
You know what I mean? So it's like for them, it's like, hey, like we're supposed to be here. Like every year we're supposed to play at least 18 games.
This is the standard.
Exactly.
All right, trivia question for our first slab or no slab giveaway. Just talking about him, Tom Brady. He has the most touchdown passes in conference championship history games. 21 touchdowns in the AFC Championships. I guess, and NFC Championships. Didn't even think about that. From Tom Brady in his career. Who has the second most touchdown passes in conference championship history? Your choices are the Joe Montana, Patrick Mahomes, who's playing this weekend, Peyton Manning, and John Elway. Who is the second most touchdown passes in conference championship history in the NFL? All right. Please, let's get this right. And I actually made this one a little bit difficult, but if you're a real ball knower, I think this one should be easy. Come on, Langley. Come on, Langley. Come on. What do we got? What do we got? J-Mac, what's going on? Good morning. J-Mac, big signing for you guys yesterday. How are we looking, Ben? Do I need to hop in? Okay.
Is Elway?
Your right guess is Elway? Dude, it's like not even close. It's Patrick
Is it
Mahomes.
No
it's
way.
already Patrick Mahomes, man. Yes.
Dude.
How about that?
So what's the question? Like, why is anybody questioning? Is he a Hall of Famer?
I don't think people really are.
Yeah,
I just think it's a fun.
You can't do that.
Just, I hadn't really seen it been talked about before, and Twitter just became a thing I saw on Twitter this week. Was people, maybe one or two people, but most people were like, "Dude, Patrick Mahomes is already a Hall of Famer," and then someone was saying like, "I'd be willing to bet whatever he does from this day on for the rest of his career could be like two separate like Hall of Fame seasons."
Yeah, I know. On First Take this morning, Stephen A. said if Patrick Mahomes wins back to back, he will be solidified as the greatest quarterback of all time. Only because, and then his argument was,
I want that to be the case.
Yeah, his argument was, Brady never went back to back.
That's true. But I look. First of all, he's got to do it first, and second of all,
Yeah.
I gotta. You know, come on, it's Brady, dude.
I mean,
7 rings.
Right.
Look, I will believe that Patrick Mahomes will be better than Brady when it's all said and done. Mahomes will be the new GOAT when it's all said and done. I'm not going to crown him. I'm not going to crown him if he wins the Super Bowl.
I mean, but realistically, what he's doing right now in his first 7 years is undeniably
the best 7-year run we've seen.
Absolutely.
At least your first 7 years.
Like, he's literally making his own dynasty.
Brady did have 8 straight conference championships. Just want to say that.
Yeah.
Gotta give credit where it's due. All right, we got to flip. Ben's over here like, guys, come on, talk about the Bills. You know, it's been all Chiefs stat. Let's do it. Let's talk about the Bills before my laptop dies. I have to get the old Talkin Slab up over here on my phone. Amateur hour, man. My laptop charger. I had to use some old USB-C laying around here. Looking at the Bills, similar questions here for the Bills. Simple as this. What is the Bills' biggest weakness? Because honestly, my answer has changed. Last week, I was saying it was their defense. I was saying it was their weapons. Now I look at them after that Ravens game and I'm saying, hello, I was unfamiliar with your game, Buffalo. What do you think their biggest weakness is?
Containing Kelsey.
Oh.
That's probably...
You don't think, okay. Yeah.
I mean, because we said
what's
it
up,
before.
Swear?
We said it before. The way that Kelsey plays is... How is he always open? You know what I mean? Like it's unbelievable, and to me it's insane on how like I said before, it's like he has his own play in his head.
Ledoux says the Kelsey glazing is insane. He's wearing the Kelsey jersey and everything.
Maddie, listen, I wore this for Talkin Slab and I wore this for Connie. Because we had an argument last night about it.
I'm on Team Jaws, all right? I met this guy an hour ago, and I'm going to side with the Jaws, especially because he was in a biker gang and a Marine. But that's neither here nor there. But no, I think it's a good shout. I don't know how they match up. Who's going to be on him? It might be DeMar Hamlin on Travis Kelce in this game. Shout out DeMar Hamlin. DeMar Hamlin.
Oh, that's
dude,
going to be...
It's insane that DeMar Hamlin is alive, and now it's insane that he's actually a good NFL player.
89 tackles.
What's that?
89 tackles
It's
this year.
crazy. Like, whatever, man. I think DeMar Hamlin actually is going to win Comeback Player of the Year correctly.
We'll get to that.
But my biggest weakness for the Bills, I kind of said it with Andy Reid. I think the Bills' biggest weakness is Sean McDermott. I really do.
You think he folds?
There is nothing in his career that has shown me otherwise. I keep my nickname for him. It's Sean James Franklin McDermott, because those two guys are looking more similar and similar each year and each big game they play. If he, look, get me the fork and knife for my crow on Monday. If Sean McDermott's able to pull this off, I just like Josh Allen, and maybe I'm just absolving Josh Allen of everything. People call Josh Allen a choker. He has played fantastic in pretty much every single one of these games. I have almost zero blame on Josh Allen, or zero questions about Josh Allen. It's Sean McDermott that I have a question
someone
about.
said yesterday, I think on Talkin Slab, it's going to be the same thing with the Bills. If the Bills lose this, it's not going to be Josh Allen, just like Jayden Daniels with the Commanders.
Well, yes, that I think is 100% true, especially Jayden Daniels. Now,
so it's going to be somebody else. It's going to be. It's honestly, it's going to take an entire collective and a perfect game from either team to win this game.
A little under 11 minutes on our giveaway. Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes,
Getting
sir.
ready for conference championships.
I'm so excited,
and hopefully giving away a slab on this Friday. How about that to go into your weekend?
I'm about to say debut mojo, baby.
Come on
Let's
now.
go. We got it.
All right, so listen, we're talking about Josh Allen. He had a fantastic year. I don't know. We don't want to do the MVP thing. Real quick, who is it, though? Who is it? Who would you give it to? I don't want to do a whole debate, but I want to know your answer.
I feel like now it's got to be Josh.
Okay, if we take into account, there goes the laptop.
If you take into account now, like moving forward, it's got to be Josh Allen.
Friedline hit me with an Anthony Richardson MVP. All right, Friedline, you lunatic.
Oh, and also, by the way, I hope Matty Ice has PTO, because if the Bills lose, like, we're not gonna see Matty Ice for a couple days.
Oh boy,
Come
on, he's gotta face the music, man. I think he's gotta face the music.
Like, Matty, I hope. Listen, I hope you find the strength to come into work if they lose.
Let's not put that out there. Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. All right, let's look at it the other way. Let's say we live in a world where we come here Monday and we're talking about, oh my God, Josh Allen, he did it. The Bills are going to the Super Bowl. Would you be tempted at all? And I know we just already talked about crowning Patrick Mahomes, but let's call a spade a spade. 2 years in a row now, Mahomes, last year he won the Super Bowl, okay, credit for him for that. If Josh Allen wins this game, would you consider going into next season? Does it shake up the balance of power in the quarterback rankings at all for you? I mean, I think you got to think about it at least. If Allen outplays Mahomes and wins this game on Sunday, you still go Mahomes 1?
If Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl, then we can have a different discussion.
Ooh, okay.
Because realistically, okay, you beat him in the regular season. Good for you. Now, can you do it on one of the biggest stage of your entire career?
Yeah.
And if he does, cool. But you gotta win. You gotta win the big game.
Yeah.
Because the thing is, you're not getting a ring beating Mahomes. You know what I mean?
True. That's true.
You gotta get there. You know what I mean? It's kind of like that stepping stone.
I tell you what though. If he wins this game, right? If Josh Allen wins this game and Mahomes puts up, and these two put up similar seasons next year, I do think the conversations will get a little bit louder. Because for the last 3 years, it's like, okay, there's Mahomes, and then there's everyone else. I feel like next year, if Allen's able to win this game and they put up the exact same stat line in the regular season, we're going to head into next year's playoff saying, I don't know, is Mahomes really the number one anymore? So let's just put it out there.
But we can't say anything yet because, yes, Josh Allen has MVPs, right?
He does not.
He doesn't.
No,
I
zero.
thought he did.
Zero MVPs.
Then what are we talking about?
Look, MVP to me doesn't be all end all, but
yeah, I mean, you're the most
Lamar
valuable.
Jackson has 2 MVPs. No one's talking about Lamar Jackson in the conversation for the number 1 quarterback.
Well, because they can't,
right?
Because he fumbles the bag, dude. Like realistically, but honestly, if Josh Allen wins the Super Bowl, I would consider him a top 3 quarterback.
Well, I already consider him a top 3 quarterback right now. Yeah, come on. What do you got? What do you consider him as then?
He's top 5.
Top 5?
Yeah.
Who's ahead of him? Burrow? It's Mahomes,
Lamar. You gotta put Burrow, bro.
Ahead of Josh Allen?
You gotta put Burrow.
I don't know. I love Burrow too, but I think you could give Josh Allen top 3
defensively. For sure. The Bengals. Honestly, if the Bengals were in the playoffs, they would be one of the scariest teams right now.
100% agree. 100% agree.
Yeah. Regardless of their record for the regular season.
I just don't like. I feel bad. I have enough Bills slander that I start to look out for my Bills comrades around here. I don't need. We don't need any more.
Ben's starting to hate me right now.
Well, he's had to deal with it every day for the last 3 weeks. Yeah, he's immune.
Oh, listen, as a Jets fan, I've been numb since 2009, dude. So
Josh Allen in the playoffs on the road, 0-3 in his career. Do you think that's a legitimate trend or just a fluky statistic?
I think it's a good trend, especially going into Kansas City.
Right, two of those games were in Kansas City.
If you go 0-4, if you lose this game and go 0-4 on the road, you're a great quarterback. Your team is horrible though. Your team folds under pressure.
So you're saying the Bills fold under pressure, not Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Listen, I think it's a fluky stat. The 3 playoff games he's played in one was his first playoff game of his career in Houston. What are you going to do? He had a clunker. The other 2 were games in Arrowhead. One of them was the 13-second game, right? So
which was probably the best game I've ever seen.
Oh, for sure.
Like, dude, that literally changed the football.
Yeah.
You know, overtime rules. That literally changed that game alone. And I'm glad we were as adults and we realized dude, this game was incredible.
Yeah, we're not going to get to see this all the time.
Exactly.
Huh?
That's like the Chiefs and Rams back in
54-52 game or whatever it was?
back in 2020?
Yeah,
2019?
It had to be 2019 because I wasn't locked in a pandemic.
Right.
That's for sure.
Yeah.
I wasn't having a mask on watching that game. That's how I remember that.
Dude, it was insane.
All right, so I tried to figure this out. Do you think there is anything different about this year's Bills team than past teams? Because I'll be honest with you, I looked at a lot of these numbers. Their offense, top scoring in the NFL, top 5, top 10 every single year they've gone on a run. Their defense, who I thought maybe was a problem, their defense has been top 10 at least all of these years that they've made runs. Have you seen anything or been able to find anything that is different about this Bills team this season?
They're a better all-around team. There is no superstar besides Josh Allen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because also, honestly, the unsung hero for the Bills, James Cook, set 17 rushing touchdowns this year. Nobody's talking about that.
I'm not talking about it.
Exactly.
That's a great point.
Nobody's talking about it.
That's nuts.
17?
I
I believe it's 17 rushing touchdowns this year. And the thing is, realistically, nobody really knows the names for the wide receivers. But guess what? They're putting up numbers and making Josh Allen look good. Because really, all anybody's talking about, Josh Allen. Mm-hmm. But you got to look at his offensive line. Offensive line is killing it.
Big Deion Dawkins guy.
That's what I'm saying. The entire team is killing it. DeMar Hamlin, like I said, 89 tackles, 2 interceptions this year.
Not bad. Not bad.
Pretty freaking good for a safety. That's pretty good.
I don't disagree with you there, but I don't know if that's enough to make it better. It's like a very backwards logic, the way you put it, where it's they're better because they don't have a superstar, And I agree with you because I've watched them this season.
Yeah.
But I think it might even be more simple than that. Bills this season, #1 in turnover differential.
Yeah.
But it's less about turning the ball over on defense, forcing turnovers. It's giveaways. This Bills team has hardly turned the ball over. There are so many historic stats about this Bills team and not turning the ball over. They've turned the ball over 1 time since they played the Chiefs earlier this season.
That's insane.
I think it's 1 turnover in 8 straight games. Meanwhile, the Chiefs have 0 turnovers, I think, in 8 straight games. The giveaways on the Buffalo Bills they were 23rd off the top of my head, I want to say, in giveaways a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That has been the biggest thing, is limiting the turnovers. And to your point, I wonder if some of that comes from not having a guy like Stephon Diggs, where you feel like you need to force feed the ball to a little bit, and you're able to just play freely.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's because I remember I was looking at the thing you sent me yesterday, and what was it? Six different receivers?
6 different receivers. All right, wait, hold on. Let me just ask you this right now.
Can anybody name those 6 receivers?
I'm calling it Josh Allen's Rolodex, because that's what he has. He drops back in the pocket and he has to scroll through all these different contact info, all these different names. Who's getting the ball this time?
Yeah.
9 different receivers, Jaws. 9 different targets in their game last year.
Can anybody name those 9 receivers?
I could probably rattle them all off for you.
You know what I mean? But okay, I know you could. Because you do your digging. But realistically, and that's the thing. There is no Stephon Diggs. Mm-hmm. Oh, Stephon Diggs had, 8 targets, 6 receptions. You don't have that. You have guys 3 receptions here, 4 receptions there. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Curtis Samuel. I feel like he's gonna go off on this weekend. And I mean, Who is Shakur?
Khalil Shakir? Yeah.
He's nasty.
Yeah, he's actually better than I thought he was.
Yeah, a lot better than I thought.
I don't know. I just don't know how sustainable Josh Allen's Rolodex is. He targeted 9 different players last week against Baltimore. He targeted 8 different players against the Broncos. You might be saying, so what? He targeted different guys. Just for context, Jalen Hurts targeted 5 different players in their win against the Rams last week. So targeting all these guys, it's concerning, honestly, in my opinion. It's great until it isn't, until you are in a situation going against a Steve Spagnuolo-led defense, and you have to say, I need to throw the ball, and I just need someone who I can trust.
Yeah.
I don't know if Josh Allen knows who that is. I think it's Khalil Shakir. I just do think that's a little bit of a concern. I don't look at that and say, oh, that's, like, it's neat. It's cool. Don't get me wrong. But if I'm a Bills fan, I don't look at that and say, oh, watch out. We can throw it to anyone. I'm more like, I'm scratching my head. Like, I was looking at the bets on this game.
Yeah.
They have 5 different Bills receivers. Their numbers are just 11.5, 12.5, 13.5, and 14.5 over-unders because they don't know what to place them at. It's like Keon Coleman, Amari Cooper, Dalton Schultz. They all have the same number because they're just like, Las Vegas doesn't even have any idea who's getting the ball.
I can tell you who not to bet on.
Okay.
And Jason will back me up on this.
Is that Amari Cooper?
Nope, Kincaid.
Dalton Kincaid?
Dalton Kincaid. He I think Jason was one hit on his parlay away, and it was Dalton Kincaid over 25.5 yards. He had 14 yards.
I can't trust a single Buffalo
insane.
Bills receiver. Do not bet on a Bills receiver.
Right, and that's the thing. And also you have to think of the veteran side of it. If you look at the Chiefs are very like Xavier Worthy. I mean, I think he stepped into a spot where he kind of had to, like he took Hollywood Brown's spot for basically the entire year. So he kind of had to step up and be like, and also you have Travis Kelce to be like, hey, just you drop a ball, worry about the next play. Don't worry about what happened. But I feel like the Bills do not have that. The Bills had it with Stephon Diggs, but he was a prima donna. I believe so.
So I've heard. I've heard. Hold that thought, Jones. We got our giveaway running. Slab or no slab, our first of the morning. What do we got here? Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. Let's head into the weekend with a big one.
Appreciate you, Craig.
Oh, I saw Johnny Merchant.
Let's go.
Another Merchant victory. I think we've had JN. Is this your first or second? I know we had one Merchant win before. I'm not sure if it was our guy E Merchant or JNE Merchant. You know what? He probably has 2 different accounts. You sly dog to win these slab or no slab giveaways. JNE, let's go. You know how it goes.
Let's
1, 25, or 50. Woo! We are due.
I feel
we
it.
are due for a
dude.
slab. Come on, Merchant.
Let's go.
Give it to me. Give it to me. And the winner is... Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh.
37. 37 is going to be... Hey, not bad, man.
Bad.
Bryce Eldridge, Bowman first. Plain and simple, it is a base, but it's one of those guys that the way they're talking about him in the prospect rankings, you slab this thing up, you gem this thing out. Ooh, buddy, hold on to this one. Bryce Eldridge, Bowman first on the San Francisco Giants. If you are unfamiliar, one of the top prospects in the MLB right now. That'll work, Merchant. You got it. Appreciate you hanging out.
Thank you, Merchant.
And guys, just hang tight. We will get I got that for you, my bad. I'll get that for you, Jay and Merchant. Anyways, we will have our second giveaway at 10:45 in the morning Eastern time if you want to stick around, as we will look at these, put a pin on some of these games here. So appreciate that one, Merchant. We'll get the second giveaway going at 10:45. No trivia question. Don't have to work for that one. All right. So kind of does it for the Bills. You wanted to talk about that DeMar Hamlin comeback player of the year thing?
Okay.
What did you have on that?
Oh, great season. Great season. The number one thing that kind of like pissed me off a little bit. How is Sam Darnold a comeback player? He was active for 17 games last year. I saw on the Pat McAfee show. They literally have him listed as a finalist. And basically, comeback player is you coming back from an injury or illness, like a severe injury or like something that prevented you from playing. Mm-hmm. The only thing that prevented Sam Darnold was his skill. That's literally it.
Okay, yeah, but then if we're going to use that logic, DeMar Hamlin played every game last season also, did he not?
No.
What do you mean?
I don't believe so.
I'm pretty sure he did, dude.
It?
Yes. This is because he was supposed to win comeback player of the year last year. And then, they just gave it to, who did they give it to? Oh, Joe Flacco. They gave it to Joe Flacco last year.
Chandi, what happened, bro?
What?
Like, Chandi said, Jaws, don't do it. I think, and realistically, my comeback player, and statistically, it's got to be Joe Burrow.
You know what? I hadn't thought about that. I hadn't thought about that.
And he is a finalist. You know what I mean? I mean, because Joe Burrow, the wrist injury, he was hurt.
All right, so, okay, wait, hold on. Maybe we can put a poll up. Ben, are we able to get a poll up, actually? Now I'm curious. Joe Burrow or Damar Hamlin? Because let's think about it. Last year, people were saying it should have been Damar Hamlin because Damar Hamlin came back from death last season.
Okay, but also realistically, Damar Hamlin was on the verge of getting cut.
Right.
He was a special teams player. Now, let's be realistic. Let's be realistic. If that unfortunate thing didn't happen to Damar Hamlin, do you think we would be talking about him at all?
No, not at all.
Exactly.
No. But coming back from death, I think is a lot bigger of a comeback than coming back from an injury. However, he came back from death last season.
That's what I'm saying.
This season, he's not really coming back from anything. I might actually, now that you're saying it, I kind of agree. I think it is Joe Burrow. I'm voting Joe Burrow.
Gotta
Comeback
go Burrow.
player of the year, Joe Burrow or Damar Hamlin. Because
look, everybody.
Oh man!
Realistically, if you go statistically, Joe Burrow had, if in all honesty too. Look, and like I said, looking at it statistically, if the Bengals were in the playoffs right now, he would be in the MVP discussion.
1,000%. I don't know if he would win MVP, but he would be top two.
Absolutely.
Top two, probably.
Absolutely.
It doesn't have to be injury to put work in and get better. It's a good point, Friedline. What do you think about that, Jaws? I'm not the one who had the problem with Darnold. But even still.
No, so if you look at the
definition?
If you look at the definition of comeback player of the year, it literally says to come back from serious injury or illness. That's literally what it is.
But, and then, I don't know, I don't have the definition pulled up. Would you have it then that Damar Hamlin technically didn't come back from anything last season? He was healthy last season.
But that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
There is no
Joe
reason.
Burrow wins.
There is no reason.
But actually, Hamlin came back last season, and then they still gave it to Joe Flacco over Hamlin. This season, the difference is Hamlin played a hell of a lot better this season than he did last season.
I don't agree with on comeback. I mean, dude, it's literally I literally saw it on the Pat McAfee show. They literally brought up the comeback player of the year.
Oh, the definition?
Definition.
Okay.
But that's why, and a lot of people that are voting, all like the AP, like AP Tone and stuff like that,
right.
They literally, like, people are mad because they're looking at the list and they're like, why is Sam Darnold here? Yes, he was active all 17 games last year.
That's awesome.
Yes, you had a great year. You had an amazing year for the Vikings.
But you came back from being bad,
but you
not
came
getting
back
hurt.
from being a backup.
Yeah.
Like, that's not...
All right.
And also, I mean, I saw what Connie was saying.
What is Connie saying here?
With Aaron Rodgers. Dude, Aaron Rodgers was seventh on with touchdowns. Wait, what, 26?
Right. Better than a lot of people thought.
Better than, I think it was more than Mahomes.
That's nuts.
Like, it was like a laundry list. And it's like, I don't understand. Honestly, I would say, because Damar Hamlin had his time. Your time was last year. You came back last year, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I like this.
Like,
Joe Burrow.
Literally.
Come on now.
And the thing is, I'm a huge Joe Burrow fan.
You
I like
hate
Joe
Damar
Burrow.
Hamlin, you're saying.
I don't. Relax. See, now you put words in my mouth. Listen, I know it's Jaws. I'm not gonna say that though. But the thing is, it's his literally came back. I mean, yeah, but he came back last year.
Yep.
Last season.
All right, let's look more into this matchup here. Chiefs Bills. All right, this is the biggest question, obviously, going into this game.
He came back to life.
You look at the Chiefs. When you think of famous fans for the Chiefs, obviously, who do you think of?
Oh, the dude that robbed the banks.
Oh, that's a good one too.
Yeah, the dude that robbed the banks, bro.
When I think of Chiefs fans,
don't say it.
I think of the Rizzler. Come on now.
Okay.
Come on now.
Okay.
The Chiefs fan. And when you think of big, famous Bills fans, who do you think of? Come on.
I don't know.
Clearly our producer, Ben, right? He's the Bills fan that we know.
Or Matty Ice.
Right. So the big question going into this game, who wore a better fan edition?
Oh, boy.
What do we got? Let us know who wore it better between the Chiefs fans and the Bills fans.
Let me see
And
it.
I threw together a little picture yesterday that goes to show you the competition we got going into this game between our guy, the Rizzler, and producer Ben over here going to a freezing cold Bills game. Who wore it better, baby?
Ben, you might have to do some booms, bro. You gotta give me a boom, boom, boom.
Come on now.
Boom.
Allen versus Mahomes, I'm asleep. The Rizzler versus Ben and his lovely girlfriend, Milla?
Ben,
That is the matchup that the ladies and gentlemen of America want to see. Oh, no, actually saying Rizzler wins.
Ben, when you sat down watching that game, did you fall asleep? Because you look, I know, because you look very comfortable. That's awesome,
man.
bro.
I had to get that in there somewhere. It was one of the best pictures I've seen in the Suncoast chat this year
Ben,
so
why would
far.
you post this anywhere, bro?
It's awesome. It's awesome. This is what Bills fans do. All right? The Chiefs may have the Rizzler and Caitlin Clark and whatever her name is. We've got Ben and Hattie Ice and we got Milla. That's all we need, baby. Come on now,
Oh
Bills
my God.
Mafia.
Ben, if you jump through a table, you would feel nothing
That's
with that on,
true,
bro.
too.
Oh my God.
All right, we got 1 vote for the Rizzler, 0 votes for Ben. I'm sorry, man. I picked you. But nonetheless, look, let's look into this game here. Simple as this, Jaws. The Bills win this game if what?
If Mahomes just doesn't want to play. I mean, if Mahomes just turns around and be like, "No, y'all got it." Dude, I don't see the Bills beating. I don't. I'm sorry, dude. And
All
listen, like you guys, I feel like I'm gonna get the nastiest stares today. Or the nastiest comments when I'm on later.
That's ridiculous,
But the thing,
though.
I do not.
Jaws, that's ridiculous.
Dude,
you got to give the Bills some credit.
Playoff Chiefs
Stop.
are different, dude.
I agree. Look, I'm picking the Chiefs.
They
We know
are
that.
different, bro.
But let's not act like this. This game to me is as close to a coin flip as you can get. The Bills win this game. I think it's pretty simply. If you make Mahomes look human like he's looked for the past 5 weeks, if Josh Allen goes out there and plays the ball he's been playing this whole regular season, not the game against the Ravens, and if you're able to force one turnover, I think that's really all you need if you're the Bills to win this game. If Allen plays the way he did this regular season and you force one turnover, I think the Bills can win this game.
I'll say this. I feel like if the Bills go up by 10, they win the game.
If the Bills go up by 10, they win the game?
Yep.
All right, yeah, sure. I don't know, man. It's the Chiefs. It's the Chiefs.
But that's what I'm saying. And the thing is, you sit there and, yes, the Bills are an amazing team this year. But how can you bet against Patrick Mahomes?
No, and I'm not betting against Patrick Mahomes. I was just trying to figure out, if you thought there was any way the point spread is 2. I mean, it's not like this is some kind of blowout kind of game.
Chiefs by $1 billion. No, I'm kidding.
Oh boy. If this game is decided by one thing, you think it's decided by Patrick Mahomes, though? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. And I like that answer. I'll never turn that down.
Travis, my boy Tortoise, he 10 is enough against it. I know, but
I agree. I don't think so either.
But I mean,
it's tough. It's different. It's different. I look,
like I said, I don't see the Chiefs. I don't see the Chiefs losing. I can't.
I'm not going to go that far. I've said that before. I said I didn't see the Ravens losing last week. I feel like a damn idiot this week, So I'm not going to be that extreme.
If you can bet on penalty yardage, take the over.
Give me a break. Give me a break. I knew it. I got out in front of it, Jaws. I got out in front of it.
Okay, so that's one thing. I feel like, and it sucks to say this, the refs are going to decide this game.
I'm not having this conversation.
We
already had this.
But that's gonna be the storyline for everybody.
We'll talk on Monday. Monday. I'm not gonna write that story before it happens.
I'm about to say I'll be back next Friday too.
There we go. We can rehash
talk about it.
All right. I think this game is decided by one thing. It's decided by turnovers. The statistics about turnovers on both of these teams are never before seen in the entire NFL. The Bills have turned the ball over once in their last 8 games. The Chiefs,
which is insane,
have not had a single turnover. Goose egg, bupkis, none, 0 turnovers in their last 8 games. Since last year's wild card playoffs, the Bills have no turnovers in their past 4 postseason games. They have become the first team ever in NFL history without a turnover in 4 consecutive postseason games. If there is a turnover in this game, you're going to hear it. The broadcast crew is going to beat these stats on the ground. You're going to get sick of hearing them.
I feel like just because you said that, there's gonna be turnovers.
Oh, okay. I like the old announcer's jinx.
And the funny thing is, and I said that on stream when I was 3 chair. I said it on stream with the Eagles and the Eagles and Packers.
Eagles and Packers. Okay.
Yeah, Eagles Packers.
First play.
And they said Jordan Love hasn't had interception like the last 150 pass attempts. I literally turned around. I was like, he's throwing 2 interceptions today. How many interceptions did he throw?
Did he throw 2?
He threw 2.
I didn't even remember that second one. Dang, man.
That's what I'm saying.
All right, sharp jaws over here.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. All right. My chat's not working here. What do we got here? Travis. Those are what you were talking about.
Yep.
Mike, okay, I see. Ashley, I did read that the rest of this game has a record of 35%. Of the home team, Ashley, if you were watching Talkin Slab all morning, you would have heard the same thing. Just saying. 6-5 record with Clete Blakeman as the official. All right, so you say you can't pick against the Chiefs. Your official best bet for this Chiefs-Bills game. Are you going Chiefs -2?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What else? You got anything else here on the game?
I got Hollywood Brown over 34.5 yards.
Hollywood
receiving.
Brown? Yeah, I'll tail that. I like that. I like that. I'm going to go for betting advice, right? Look, don't take my word with a grain of salt. I'm hot and cold here. I get it.
What's up, Toast?
But I will say, if you're going to bet on the Chiefs in this game, take the money line. Just take the money line.
Yeah.
Don't bet on -2. Because the way these two teams play, would you be surprised if this game is decided by 1 or 2 points? I would not.
I wouldn't be.
I would be taking the Chiefs money line, not the 2-point spread.
I feel like somebody's gonna miss an extra point and go for 2 and win by 1.
Yeah. Now we're talking about Toast saying it's gonna come down to a field goal as it typically does. Tyler Bass last season had a chance to make a field goal. There was still 1:40 left on the clock. Bills fans, a reminder there. I don't want to hear those complaints.
You hear that, Ben?
Well, he's not complaining. He's not complaining. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I do think I trust Tyler Bass at this point more than Harrison Butker if it does come down. Butker's been shaky, man.
At home?
Butker has been shaky this year.
At home, though?
All right, guy got on the podium, and ever since then, he's been a little bit shaky on the field, all right? Other bets I like in this game. James Cook. I love James Cook in this game, to your point. He's been very unsung hero. Ravens came out last week. They said, we want to stop the run. Didn't do the best job of it.
Do that.
I think if you're the Chiefs, you're saying, we'll let you run. We need to stop Josh. Cook's number is only 54.5 rushing yards. I'm looking at Cook's number over there.
Yeah.
And we talked about this guy earlier in the show. I'm going to take Isaiah Pacheco's under on rushing attempts. His number's at 9.5. I think this is Kareem Hunt. I think you're going into the playoffs now. After last week, Kareem Hunt is running back 1, I feel like, on the Chiefs.
That's debatable, man. I feel like I think they're gonna ground and pound as much as they can in the first half, and depending on the score, I feel like they're just gonna go over top.
Yeah. I don't hate that either, and that's why my third bet on this game is both teams to score 20+ points, either pretty close to even odds, like -115, -110.
Because over-under's what, 47.5,
Over-under's 47.5, but I don't trust over-under sometimes. I would rather just bet on both of these teams to hit 20. Like, it's the Bills and the Chiefs. It's Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes.
I feel like realistically, depending on the weather, because you got to look at
weather's going to should be normal.
Good.
Like, it's going to be cold. It might be like 5 degrees, or it's going to be 5 miles per hour wind, but like, it's going to be normal weather. Not going to be snowing, not going to be below freezing. It's going to be 32 degrees cold Kansas City football game.
This is a debatable question. Do you think this could be one of the most high-scoring playoff games?
I'm going to say no.
Of this postseason.
Of this postseason, none of them have been that high scoring, I guess, to your point, other than the Commanders
Except for
game.
Commanders.
I think it'll be a score, I think, similar to the Commanders-Buccaneers game, like a 23-20 type game, because I do think there's an aspect of, it's a heavyweight prize fight. Both of these fighters know each other so well. There's not going to be an explosion, but I just think with the talent on these quarterbacks and on these teams, they're each going to be able to put up at least 20. Come on. Talking about Allen and Mahomes here. How can they not get 20?
Also, you got to realize the Chiefs haven't gone over 30.
That's nuts.
At all this
That
season.
is actually one of the craziest statistics in the NFL.
Because the
You're
other
right.
3 teams as a collective. If you add all those, they only won, I think, 7 games.
It's a good point. That's nuts, actually.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, you got any more plays, or do you want to look ahead at this Commanders-Eagles game?
Can I? Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. Go ahead. You can't tease me here.
No. Let's move on.
All right.
Because I want to get down to the Cinderella.
All right. Yeah. You got it. Commanders-Eagles game. Number 6. Eagles are 6-point favorites. Game is Sunday at 3:00 in Philadelphia. In case you've been living under a rock. Interesting to know, both of these games have the same over-under. They're both at 47.5. Jaws, I know you're picking the Commanders, all right? I'm bracing myself for it, so let's start right there. The Commanders win this game if what, Jaws?
if Saquon doesn't rush for over 100 yards.
Well, then the Commanders have no chance.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
So the thing, as I would love to see that, and I said this last night on the stream. I would love for Jayden Daniels to make it as a rookie, only rookie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To the Super Bowl.
It'd be awesome.
That would be great. But Saquon is nasty, and the only reason I would love to see the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl and win it is because it would be a big, you know what, to the Giants organization. And I mean, think about it. And then having Saquon as the Super Bowl MVP. Imagine, dude. The storyline, dude.
Up for that.
The storyline for that, like the owner and GM for the Giants will never live that down. Like that.
Well, he's already never going to live it down.
That one clip when he's sitting on the thing, he was
that clip gets brought up once a show, by the way. It's insane.
I'm gonna have a tough time sleeping if Saquon goes to Philly. And now look, that dude hasn't slept since week 3.
See, Jaws, and maybe it's because, and this has been a theme this week with me and the Eagles, is I think it's becoming clear that I think I'm more critical about the Eagles because I watch them, because I'm a big fan, than I think your average NFL fan. Your team neither were the GM for the Saints when it's Zach Bond winning Super Bowl MVP. Let's go, your team, your town. He knows. But anyways, I think for the Eagles and the Commanders in this game, I think it is more possible for the Commanders to win than that, because let me be honest with you, dude. Have you seen, I know we just talked betting.
I feel like you're very nervous.
Saquon Barkley's number is 130.5. That is his over-under.
That's wild.
So I think it's like a foregone conclusion. Saquon Barkley will rush for over 100 yards, win or loss, no matter what. The way the Eagles lose this game to me is, I hate to say it, it's pretty cut and dry. We just saw this in the Lions game. If the Commanders are able, if Jayden Daniels is able to have a performance like he did last week, if Jayden Daniels is able to have a performance like he did when these teams played not too long ago, 5 touchdowns against the Eagles, if Jayden Daniels can convert 3rd and 4th down, and that's, if it's just Jayden Daniels, I still believe in the Birds. But if Jalen Hurts really is hurt and he's not mobile, which I think is the case, it gets a little tight. It gets a little scary for the Birds.
Because they're saying he sprained his MCL.
That's the report. And last season, we saw Jalen Hurts last season. Not great. No. He was wearing a knee brace underneath his clothes all of last season. How did he finish the last game?
And now he's back on.
With a knee brace.
Yep.
So I don't think it's impossible. And look, I think the Birds win. I'm picking the Birds. I'm not going to bet them against the spread.
I think if Philadelphia trails,
it's scary.
They lose. Absolutely. If the... And the thing is, how, because we were talking about it last night, how a lot of teams, they defer for the second half.
Yep.
If the Commanders win the toss, they are getting the ball and they are going downfield. If they can get downfield, if they score on the first drive, I'll be nervous for the Eagles.
So flip it the other way around, right? Obviously, they're the favorites. Some are calling the Eagles the best team left in the playoffs.
No.
The Eagles win this game.
No. No shot.
The Eagles win this game if what?
The Eagles win the game?
And hold on 1 second. We got some breaking news, by the way. Breaking news. Pete Carroll just agreed to a deal with the Las Vegas Raiders to become their next head coach. Breaking news on Talkin Slab, ladies and gentlemen.
God, bro.
Pete Carroll back in the NFL.
So the Raiders?
3-year deal with the Las Vegas Raiders as their next head coach.
Bro.
If you are just waking up, no ESPN needed for you. Breaking news on Suncoast Sports, baby.
Dude.
Pete Carroll, head coach of the Las Vegas Raiders right now. Wow, Mike, it's like, never mind, no politics, we just said. But it's like a president getting into a term, a little bit too old.
Hey, good morning, War Turkey. I mean, now, okay, with that.
God, he says he was at the Wynn Buffet. He was having his post-meal gum, chewing his gum. Oh, hey, Mark.
What, poor decision for Pete?
Oh, man. What's up, War Turkey?
I mean, realistically, Josh McDaniels set that franchise back like 10 years, bro.
What a joke.
Dude,
what a joke.
And now he's back in New England, and I cannot stand that man.
No one can, by the way. No one can. That guy.
I can't stand Josh McDaniels as much as I can't stand Lane Kiffin. I despise Lane Kiffin.
Connie, we're a pro Lane Kiffin show, just so you know, on Talkin Slab, but really? I understand your sentiment.
I do not. Oh, dude, he's.
But yeah, there you go, man. Breaking news just now. Freeline, they are very similar.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, Connie. Yeah, we're Connie and I, big Lane Kiffin guys over here. Yeah.
Nah, man.
Come on, you just gotta respect the aura of Lane Kiffin at a certain extent.
That's the problem.
I know.
That's the problem because it's like, what are you backing up with it? You know what I mean?
Jackson Dart. All right. Let's not get too crazy here. I do want to talk Pete Carroll and Liam Coen in just a moment, but let's put a pin on this NFC Championship game. So I think the Eagles win this game if they just keep it simple, stupid. You give Saquon Barkley the ball 25 times. Your defense plays the way it's been playing all freaking year.
Give A.J. Brown at least five catches.
And that's one of my best bets of the game. And listen, Jayden Daniels, he was very poised in Detroit. He looks like he's not afraid of anything. His worst game of his NFL career that wasn't his first game or a game that he was injured in was in Lincoln Financial Field. I think you're going to see Jayden Daniels look a little bit more like a rookie quarterback, and if that's the case, Eagles should absolutely take care of business. I'm picking the Eagles to win this game. I will not be betting on this game spread at all.
No, if Jalen Carter gets
dog,
dog, bro.
That's a DGD, as Pat likes to say.
Which my thing is, and it's frustrating to see because it's like, how did Jalen Carter fall? Literally into the Eagles' hands.
Do you want the honest answer to that? I mean, he was involved in like a drag racing incident.
Oh yeah,
that got someone killed. It was horrible.
I mean, yeah, unfortunate. Rest in peace.
But also, there's your answer.
Okay, look at Warren Sapp. Warren Sapp had the same issue coming out of Miami.
Went to the same high school, by the way, as Jalen Carter, I believe.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. What's up, Valor? How does this guy fall every time he laughs mystery?
What's up, Valor?
Oh boy. Valor, by the way, I was the one who won comment on Cal Ripken, a joke or not. If you know, you know. Anyways, don't get me too sidetracked here.
Hey, Valor, appreciate you, by the way, bro. Thank you.
Ross Tucker, for those who don't know, Ross Tucker, former offensive lineman, really good radio voice, does some color commentary on Westwood One. And Ross Tucker said only 4, maybe 5 Commanders would start for the Philadelphia Eagles. Do you think that's true? And if so, saying something like that, I hear something like that and I say, there's no way the Commanders can win if only 4 of their starters could start for the Eagles.
I mean, but you can say that for any team though. But realistically, they're in the NFC Championship. You know what I mean? So it's like, yes, you have to look at Washington as one of the top teams in the NFL right now. They're one of the last 2 teams standing in the NFC. I mean for the Eagles, Jayden Daniels better quarterback than Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
I
agree.
I mean, if you had Philadelphia's defensive line on Washington, I'm picking Washington.
Me too.
Any day of the week.
I know, and I think that's the key there is that one of those 4 starters for the Commanders that would be playing for the Eagles is that quarterback, which, as we know, is probably the most important position maybe in all the sports.
Yeah.
All right, we are 2 minutes away from our last slab or no slab giveaway of the day, of the week, as we head into conference championship weekend. There is a clip I want to play, but it's the "Is this a violation" clip. Did you see this one? This was the Commanders' defensive coordinator. So, we kind of talked about the Jalen Hurts knee injury, how much of an issue it might play with his mobility. Mm-hmm. Well, in the press conferences this week, listen, I forget his name, the Commanders' defensive coordinator talking about playing against Jayden Daniels. Take a listen here. So do you think, I guess what I'm trying to ask here is, do you think that's smart as the coordinator to just openly say that? Because if I'm the ref, if I'm an official, if I'm the NFL, I'm taking note of that, and I'm going to be...
That's real Greg Williams, New Orleans Saints vibes right there,
That's what I mean.
And
look, he didn't say anything like that dirty or that horrible, but to me, it's like, why are you saying that?
But also, it's his demeanor. He literally said, if he wants to run like a running back, we're going to treat him like a running back. You can't say that, man. Listen... You can say that with your own guys, but don't say that at a freaking press conference where it's like, hey, we're literally aiming to take your quarterback's head off.
Right.
You know
violation.
what I mean?
Violation.
You can't do that. That's exactly. Exactly, Fareed. That's dumb. And honestly, that's probably.
I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it.
Yeah, I mean,
because the refs now are going to be all over the Commanders, and they're going after Hurts, hitting them low.
Looking at it now, it's like, okay, they're trying I understand what he's trying to do,
right?
But he did it the wrong way. Yeah, I get it. You want to get all hype and be like, listen, we are coming after you. It doesn't matter who has the ball. You know what I mean? Like,
speaking of all hype, Josh. Speaking of all hype, our last giveaway is up. If this is your first time here, slab or no slab, a 50-card wheel. 3 of those cards are PSA graded slab, and there's no crumbs on this wheel, ladies and gents. A little bit of something for everyone, whether it be basketball, baseball, football, all sports, numbered cards, autographs, and obviously the biggest ones, the 3 PSA graded slabs. That'll be going off in just a little bit under 15 minutes. All right, here we go. Commanders, Eagles. Your official pick is?
I would take Commanders +6.
Okay, but who's winning the game?
I don't want to say it, man, but my heart says Commanders.
Oh.
But my mind's telling me no. But Eagles.
All right,
Eagles
go Birds. Go Birds.
Yeah,
there we go. We're both picking the Birds.
I'm not saying that. I will never say go Birds.
But you got to pick them.
Never.
You got to pick them now.
But Eagles.
You got any best bets in this game as well, Jaws? You going nothing? Absolutely nothing?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. I got a couple here. I'm going to go Jayden Daniels over 32.5 passing attempts. I just think this is a game where the Commanders can be down a lot. I don't think they're looking to hand the ball off to Eckler and Brian Robinson Jr. a ton. Commander's solution to winning this game is having the ball in Jayden Daniels' hands,
100%.
which means he's going to be throwing the ball. I didn't take completions. We're taking attempts. And on that note, with a lot of attempts, more opportunities to throw an interception.
Also, is Eckler healthy?
I think Eckler's healthy.
He is,
not?
right?
I'm pretty sure Eckler's healthy.
So
he's been being used a lot.
He's going to be a huge factor as well. Especially on third downs, receiving wise.
Would not hate that. Would not hate that. I'm going to go Daniels over 0.5 interceptions in this game. He had thrown his 2 games against the Eagles. He threw 3 interceptions. I believe he threw 2 when he played in Philadelphia. I could be getting that switched. But either way, I do think the Commanders, even if it's a garbage time, we're trying to come back.
Yeah.
Let me throw a Hail Mary, something like that. I should not say
CJGJ gets a...
Should not say Jayden Daniels and Hail Mary in the same sentence, though, thinking about this game.
Wild, bro.
And then
it's crazy.
The last things I'm looking at here, A.J. Brown over 4.5 receptions. You mentioned that just kind of offhandedly when we were looking at this game. Look, you got to get A.J. Brown going.
You got to get him the ball so we can go and read his little freaking book.
Whatever it takes, Jaws, whatever it takes.
Book.
Give me A.J. Brown over 4.5 receptions. And one more thing to look out for. Someone put in the chat right when we went live today, Zach Ertz anytime touchdown scorer. Revenge game. The Zach Ertz revenge game is live.
Connie was saying it, I think. Connie and Big Dog. If you would have bet last week on anytime touchdowns for tight ends, you would have hit.
So weird, man. Even the backup guys.
It's weird.
Tight ends in the playoffs.
Yeah, and also Zach Ertz and Sirianni jawing at each other.
I saw. They've both downplayed it since then, but it's not nothing. It's not nothing.
Sirianni either. But
yeah. You wish you had a coach like Nick Sirianni.
To be honest, I wish I was on yesterday.
Yeah.
Because I would have. Yeah, we would have had some good conversations. I mean, this was a good one, but.
What do we got now? Before we see, now that there's 4, it'll be easy the next 2 weeks. Who's won the Super Bowl this, who's won the Super Bowl that, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But there's 4 teams left. Get on the record. Who's winning the Super Bowl, Jaws?
The Chiefs will win the Super Bowl, bro.
Wow.
There is no, listen. Oh, okay. But listen, and I said it last night.
Yeah.
As a fan, as a football fan, I would love to see the Chiefs win just so we can see history. No team has ever went back to back to back.
Jay Warwick's agreeing with you, saying, "How about them Chiefs?"
You know what I mean? Like, think about it. But also, it also fits the storyline, and for the Eagles as well. The Eagles honestly, and we were talking about it last night. Once again, any team that wins is making history. If the Commanders win,
you're right about that. Actually,
Jayden Daniels, first rookie ever to win Super Bowl.
What's the Eagles' history?
Eagles was Saquon. It's not history, but it's a storyline.
Yeah.
And then you have Bills finally winning one, and the Chiefs back to back to back.
Kobe for the win says whoever wins Bills Chiefs, I think, is winning the poll. It's popular take.
Yeah.
Kobe, been a fan since Bill Kenny was a quarterback.
Wow.
Hey, brush
There
off
we
the old
go.
resume, Jay
All
Warwick.
right.
How about them Chiefs? Not a Mahomes merchant. I think we get a Super Bowl 57, I want to say. Yeah, Super Bowl 57 rematch. Chiefs-Eagles. And I think the Eagles get revenge this time around. Give me Eagles over the Chiefs in the Super Bowl.
I'll tell you why that's not going to be a thing.
Oh, boy, why?
Dude, Karlaftis is playing out of his mind. Now, the duo with Chris Jones and Karlaftis,
Yeah?
Jalen Hurts, where's he running? If he steps back to pass, where's he going? Especially with that bum knee.
I tell you what, Jaws.
There's no way.
Talking about the wrong guy, because by the time they're going after Jalen Hurts, they're going to be turning their heads saying, "Oh, Saquon Barkley to the house, my friend."
No, there's no way, dude.
Look, Ben says, I think I'm going to pick the Bills. What a hot take from good old Ben here. There we go. Got to give some love for the Bills in here. All right, there we go. Let us know what we think, ladies and gentlemen. Who's winning the Super Bowl? Get on the record now. Patty saying, go Commanders. They hate us because they ain't us.
I would love to see the Commanders win, though.
You and America, my friend. You and America.
And no, but honestly, so I'm saying if, for the business, because his stock, it's already through the roof. But imagine he gets to the Super Bowl and wins it. Oh, bro. Everybody's on the hunt for a Jayden Daniels card, bro.
Ridiculous.
You know what I mean?
$3,700.
I'm looking out for the business, bro.
$3,700 for a PSA 10 downtown last week of Jayden Daniels.
Crazy, bro.
Could go to $5-6 grand if he wins a Super Bowl. It's ridiculous. I mean, look, you could say the same thing maybe about Josh Allen, low key, not to the extent of Daniels, but I do believe if I've been saying
rookie card though.
Yeah, rookie card, yeah. Allen rookie cards. If he's able to win the Super Bowl, but you're right. If it's a Daniels rookie card rookie, you're winning the Super Bowl. You got to take out a loan to get a couple of Jayden Daniels.
Dude,
all right, real quick before we're out of here, we had some crazy head coaching news in the NFL last night and middle of the show. Liam Coen backstabs the Buccaneers. Shout out our guy Austin Dale, who was telling me, he's like, Josh, come on, why aren't you talking about Liam Coen re-signing with the Buccaneers to become an offensive coordinator? And I go, Austin, I love you, man. I really don't care about Liam Coen going back to the Buccaneers to be their offensive coordinator. The next day, Liam Coen backtracks, goes to Jacksonville for an interview, and accepts the head coaching job in Jacksonville after the GM was fired.
Gets kicked out of there.
Ben, are you able to pull up the screenshot of Liam Coen's resume as a head coach? Because it is, I don't know, what do I say? Despicable. Not because walk the plank Liam says, Mike, get him out of here. I won't lie. Someone said, are we really surprised that Liam Coen backtracked when his resume looks like this? As of now, at this point in my career, my resume looks nearly the exact same, so I really can't talk any crap on Liam Coen in that regard.
He's moving every year.
But if we're going down to the very bottom, he moves every single year. What my biggest problem here is with Liam Coen and why I ultimately don't think he's like this.
Dude, that's crazy.
It is crazy. 2023, before he became the offensive coordinator of the Bucs, he was offensive coordinator and quarterbacks coach at Kentucky. Like, come on, man.
Wow, do they already have?
Yeah, they already have
the Jaguars. Oh my God, bro.
Dude, I just a guy whose best resume is coaching at Kentucky, then coaching the offensive coordinator of the Bucs. Who, don't get me wrong, Baker had one of his best seasons. He did a good job. I thought he did a fine job this year.
I love
working
Baker.
with Chris Godwin going down, propping up Jalen McMillan.
Yeah.
He did a fine job. To me, though, going to Jacksonville with what they have in place, expecting this guy to be the guy who fixes Trevor Lawrence?
No, I think that entire organization is.
I do too.
Is disgust. Who is it? Khan, the owner.
Yes, Khan.
Khan.
Yeah, I think so.
I think his son is with he runs the AEW or something that. Yeah. That's that whole organization, the Jacksonville organization. I think they messed up.
It's a mess, dude.
I think giving Trevor Lawrence that money was a mistake, and he didn't prove himself that he was worth that much money. He reset the entire market, just as Herbert did as well. And it's to me, I just feel like you're going into just a fire. And realistically, Doug Peterson was a great coach.
But the Eagles, he was a great coach.
What happened? You know what I mean?
Oh, look, I couldn't tell
like-
you. One, I do think Trevor Lawrence just isn't that good. I'm sorry. I think
that's
that
the
is
thing.
part
He
of
didn't
it.
prove himself.
But two, Doug Peterson was terrible to close out his tenure with the Eagles. So
Yeah.
I do question Doug Peterson as a coach. Look, I'm just saying, I don't think Liam Coen is this Trevor Lawrence whisperer, the savior in Jacksonville.
Absolutely not.
But do you blame him, just to put a pin on that? Because people are flaming Liam Coen like on Twitter and stuff like that for taking the job of the Bucs and then 24 hours later backing out.
I mean, realistically, that's probably that's like the most Belichick thing anybody could do.
What, the Jets thing?
Absolutely.
I resign?
I resign as HC of NYJ.
That's
Just
awesome.
write it out, man. Just write it on a napkin. On a freaking napkin.
It's awesome. I
But-
love it. Aura.
But listen, but also, I mean, you're going to the Jacksonville Jaguars. For me, I look at like Ben Johnson going to the Chicago Bears. There's things as you can be a great coach. You can be a great coordinator. And you are not a good head coach.
Yes.
I feel like that is
okay. I like that.
that is a lot of problems for a lot of these coaches. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
no, that makes
if
sense.
you look at Canales with Carolina.
Yeah.
It took him a year to figure it out.
So it took Bryce Young over a year to figure it out, too.
And then now they're slowly transitioning. I get it. You kind of have to, you have to, I guess you have to crawl before you walk.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, I feel like.
Well, like Nick Sirianni, he doesn't scheme anything up, but he can coach. He can lead men,
Right,
clearly.
right.
Like, say what you will. I know you hate him, but
I can't stand that man.
But, I mean, look.
But exactly.
one game away from making 2 Super
But the
Bowls.
thing is, you bring that aura. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I love aura.
And that's what it is. Nobody's walking into Jacksonville. It's like, all right, guys, let's go play this game.
I know.
Wait,
You got to
especially
scheme
with
it
Liam?
up. Yeah.
First
Have
of
you
all,
seen pictures of him, by the way?
He's weird.
He looks weird. Let's call a spade a spade. I'm sorry. Like,
Dude,
I'm not calling myself a
my
looker.
thing is, I don't know who told him that he can steal Bruce Arians' look, but it ain't working for him, dude. It's not working for him.
Yeah, Kobe, I don't know how to feel. And then the other news that we just came across today, Kobe brings it up.
Horrible.
Don't know how to feel about Pete Carroll to the Raiders.
Horrible.
Why? Why is it horrible? I disagree. Why is it horrible? Kobe, let me know.
I think Pete Carroll should have been with the Saints.
Pete Carroll should have been with the Saints. Why? What's the difference?
Huge. I feel like their team is very well put together. Bro, look at what Josh McDaniels did with the Raiders. Dude, you drafted Aiden McConnell.
Aiden O'Connell.
Aiden O'Connell.
He's not bad. Aiden O'Connell's not that bad. He's not good. He's not going to win you. He's a fine quarterback.
My God.
Dude, the Raiders' problem is not Aiden O'Connell, all right? Let's be clear about that. The Raiders' problem is not Aiden O'Connell. As Jason Kelsey said, it's the whole team.
It is. No,
that team
absolutely.
Stinks. That team
Absolutely.
stinks.
But
I think
also,
it's a good hire, honestly.
Honestly, I think the Raiders getting rid of, and it was messed up what they did. You get Devontae, right? Mm-hmm. And then you ship Derek Carr out of there. The whole reason why Devontae went to the Raiders. You know what I mean? I feel like the Davis family is just like.
Well, they're a disaster.
That's what I'm saying. I mean,
but I do think now let me tell you why I don't hate the hire. Pete Carroll is just this old professional. He's won a Super Bowl. Like, I don't think he's his long-term solution, and I don't think he's going to vault the Raiders into the playoffs.
No.
But I think he can kind of restore some order and restore some balance, which I think the Raiders have been missing. And I actually kind of liked Antonio Pierce, but for whatever reason or another, they weren't going to give him a better chance.
As a coordinator, that's the thing. He's another one. And also, it's just crazy how fast, like, an entire like fan base turns on you.
I know.
When Antonio Pierce got hired, this is what we need.
I know.
He's complete Raider Nation. A season and a half later, get this guy the hell out of here.
I know.
You know what I mean?
3-14 will do it to you. But him and what army? I mean, he had nothing to work with. Jay Kane, Brady would probably be QB1 over there, which is crazy to say. All right, a minute and a half to go. On slab or no slab? I had a, what's Ledoux saying here? No slabs yet. No slabs yet. We're getting one right here in a minute. Jaws, he saw me put this on the rundown, and I know you've been looking to talk about it. We don't always get to it, but I wanted Jaws because he wrote his own list today. Commanders, Cinderella run this season, doing a little top 5 Cinderella runs. I'll rattle mine off rapid fire so you can get yours too. Number 5 Cinderella run in recent history, this Commanders team right now. I think it's a crazy Cinderella run. Number 4, the Diamondbacks in 2023. That team was a 500 baseball team that for some reason, with Brandon Pfaadt and all these guys, made it all the way to the World Series. Number 3, the 15-seeded St. Peter's Peacocks from a couple years ago, making it all the way to, I believe, the Elite Eight. Was almost the Final Four. Number 2, I hate this team more than maybe any team I can remember. The Baby Shark Nationals. When they won the World Series, it made me so mad.
I had to look that up.
It was the year. It was the year after Bryce Harper leaves. The Nationals are going to rebuild. Boom, they win the World Series. Number 1, of course, the New York Giants winning the wild card and then beating the Patriots in the Super Bowl is the number 1 Cinderella story in recent sports history. All right, Jaws, give me some.
I got and it hurts for me to say. 2004 Boston Red Sox.
Okay, yep.
I agree with you with the Giants over the Patriots.
Yes, 100%.
Have to.
A lot of Boston.
The 2004 Pistons versus Lakers.
Okay.
That Cinderella story there. Ben Wallace, nasty. Rasheed Wallace, nasty. The 2001 Patriots against the Rams.
There we go.
And that kid from Advanceri. And last but not least, I got to mention them because it was probably the greatest underdog, 1969 Jets, man.
Oh, okay. B-Lev taking
Let's
it
go,
down.
B-Lev.
I was going recent history, by the way. You went all the way back
I'm
to
going
1969.
all the way back, baby.
Let's go, B-Lev.
Let's go.
Taking it down, 125 or 50. What do we got here, B-Lev? Good luck to you. 125 or 50. Give me a slab. Give me a slab. Yes!
Let's go!
B-Lev! We did it!
Let's go!
Ohtani rookie card!
Let's go, baby!
Ohtani!
Debut mojo, ladies and gentlemen! Are you not entertained?
That is what we were looking for!
Let's go!
Minton, Shohei Ohtani rookie for the free! That's how we go into the weekend, B-Lev!
Only at Suncoast Sports, baby!
That is what we're talking about!
Oh my God, dude!
Yes!
Dude, I'm on fire!
How about that? This is what we do here every single morning, Monday through Friday. I don't know, BMI. I couldn't tell you. I don't want to get in trouble. But I tell you what, B-Lev, that is awesome. Congratulations to you.
Hell yeah.
And if this is your first time, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. and 10:45 a.m., chances to win. It will be replaced on Monday. It's going to be tough to replace that, but it will be replaced on Monday.
That's awesome, bro.
We will have 3 more PSA-graded slabs again for you guys next week. Congratulations to B-Lev.
Yes,
Go Birds. Have a fantastic weekend. I know B-Lev certainly is, but it's time to start ripping for the day. We got $1 auctions all day for you, ladies and gentlemen. Definitive breaks in our store. Jaws, fantastic stuff, dude.
Appreciate you, man.
Have a fantastic weekend. Thank you guys for joining us. And one more time, big congratulations to B-Lev. Only at Suncoast Sports, ladies and gentlemen. Shohei Ohtani, PSA 10 for the free. All right, we'll see you guys soon right here on Suncoast Sports.
Peace.